This video's taking a while, all right? This vlog is taking a while because emotions, okay? So many emotions. I was journaling so intensely on the plane ride back from this trip that the flight attendant stopped and asked me what I was working on. My insides. I'm working on my insides. Hey YouTube world, it's me Evelyn. This is part 2 of a 2-part video vlog about my trip to Kenya at the beginning of this year, 2018. One Love Travel Club invited me to host a week-long trip to Kenya in January, and I decided, since that is my motherland and my father's land, that I would turn that opportunity into a month-long journey back to my roots. So click the situation in the atmosphere or the links I'm providing in the video description box to watch part 1, which is my experience with One Love Travel Club. This video is what happened before and after that portion of the trip. This video is the family portion. So, this was an emotional, it was a little emotional. It was an emotional situation. It is weird to meet your family for the first time every time you see them. The first time I met the majority of my family, I was 4 years old. Then I was 9. Then I was 14, 15, and now, 27. Those are 4 very different Evelyns. So much time has passed. There are new children, new people in my family that I've never met, new teenagers. All my grandparents have passed away. Feelings. I had a lot of feelings. Okay. This trip really came at a time of me doing new things. So for some context, I quit my full-time job on a Friday in December of last year. Christmas was Monday, and then Tuesday I was on a plane to Kenya. Also at that point I was beginning to get sick, but #irregardless, the journey begins. So I landed in Jomo Kenyatta Airport after about 25 hours of travel. Dallas to Atlanta, Atlanta to Paris, Paris to Nairobi. So I land and I get my luggage and I'm trying to text my cousin on WhatsApp, okay? Because I'm trying to find my uncle who's waiting for me at the airport. And I'm honestly getting a little flustered at this point because I'm trying to avoid exiting the airport and losing Wi-Fi and just being out in the open, just fresh and foreign, just fresh meat. Like, Jumbo, Habari Gani, look everyone, my passport's blue. But I walked out and it was so calm, it wasn't anything, no shade, it wasn't anything like landing in Lagos, Nigeria. Hey, taxi, madam, do you need time? It was just, I was expecting chaos and I didn't get any chaos. But I finally accepted that I had to exit the airport and try and find my uncle myself. So I did, and then I heard someone call my name. I heard him call my name. Oh my God. I'm so glad to see a familiar face. So my uncle picked me up, and once we got to the house, I had my first cup of chai, which means tea. So saying chai tea is redundant. I'll be the first to let you know. People always would make a comment because I drank poor man's tea. I didn't drink milk in my tea. And that's just because, my digestive system, I wasn't finna risk it. You know what I'm saying? So poor man's tea it is. I basically was drinking hot sweet tea. So I coordinated this trip to Kenya with my aunt, who I grew up with here in the United States. She was on a later flight. And I thought that starting this trip off with her, someone that I grew up with and was familiar with, would ease me back into the motherland. And I was wrong. Girl, it was so wrong. Girl, she took me on a mission trip. So we drive for hours. all the way to an area of the country that is predominantly Maasai, very rural, you know what I'm saying? My other uncle drove us there in a Toyota, I don't know what. Like, I don't know how his alignment was not jacked up after this trip. I see a man walking a camel. That's how far out we are. We stop for cattle. So finally we arrive at nighttime and praise and worship is in full swing. So my aunt and them are evangelizing and preaching, sharing the good news or whatever, and teetering that line between sharing what you know to be the truth and being respectful of someone's culture. You know, so like, hey, have you heard of God? He really cool. Also, can you not marry 12-year-old girls off? Can they go to school? So remember, I was coming down with a cold on the way to Kenya. So by the time I land and by the time we in this remote region, I'm full-blown sick. And jet lag is kicking my butt. So I was pretty close to miserable those first couple days in Kenya. You know, I was in the boondocks and not in the comfort of my aunt's house eating a platter of samosas. And just being thrust into a new environment, I was kind of overwhelmed. Just let it throw beats, if I'm being honest. But you know, even if you're not Christian or particularly religious in general, it is always fascinating at the very least to see the lengths people go to practice their faith. So one of the pastors walks miles from his home to the church. The literal wilderness. He's walking through the wilderness. He told us how he's, you know, looking to save money or raise money to buy a motorcycle. He also told us of a time where he had to like hide in a bush of thorns because elephants was just like trampling around. And I'm just like, at the very least, well done, my good and faithful servant. I'm not gonna come all the way to heaven after sitting in a bush of thorns for you to tell me I'm not about my Father's work. All right. By the time my jet lag and sickness end, it's time to go. And it's unfortunate because I feel like my face looked like I had an attitude the whole time, but really I was just very sick and not comfortable. Didn't know what the day was. Is it nighttime? Is it daytime? When I'm supposed to sleep, it's dark, it's quiet. I'm kind of scared. You feel me? So we make the drive back home just in time for New Year's Eve. My auntie thought I was gonna be in the church for New Year's Eve. Buenas y fiwe! Amen! Buenas y fiwe! Buenas y fiwe! No, we just rang in the past couple of days with the Lord and I was sick and I had severe jet lag. Who going to church? Not me. I rang in the new year from the comfort of my bed. Good night. By this time, it's like January 3rd, all right? So this is the part where my cousin drops me off at the hotel and I begin my One Love Travel Club group trip experience. So click the link in the atmosphere or the video description box to watch part 1, which is my One Love Travel Club group trip experience. After that is done and everyone on that trip leaves and goes back home, I remain in Kenya and continue this journey, okay, with my people and bounce back and forth between my mother and father's side of the family.
Say hi. Smile. It really has changed. Even the fencing and everything. Everything is very different. And I've done it from another place. No. Sorry.
Here we are.
Yeah, with the chickens.
No, not even, sorry. The photo before they went back to the US, I'm the one who took that photo.
The one she has braids.
Anna braids and Steve.
This is pilau. We like serving it with meat. This is your salad together with carrots. This is a piece with waru, and this is not fried. I boiled.
Okay.
And also this does not have, all fat is only there, and I have not also fried. There is no fat apart from the animal fat there now.
Yeah. You cook like mom.
But this one I have pilau. I went to work and see when you called me. You were calling me. They don't need any other counselor. Is Dad planting something? And Dad giving a speech. He was a good orator. Was her mother, and this is my dad's aunt. Now your mom would like this. This is Maureen giving her confirmation.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the
what
one I wanted.
Just take it. This is the missions we used to go with him. I think this is Duo's wedding. This is your mother. Take this, and she'll be very happy with Jago going to US.
These days, what?
Still the video, but I'm still learning something. Are you learning something?
Yeah.
Country life.
Country.
Yeah.
Say country.
Country.
Broccoli.
Yeah.
Is that the broccolis? This one. Then we have, you saw the zucchinis? Huge ones, huh? Giant. You call them zucchini. This is a giant one.
What?
Yeah. Smell it.
Okay.
You call it corn?
Corn.
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 Look at all this. Yes. Yeah. Herbs.
Ate?
Herbs.
Herbs.
Habs. Cabbage. Wow. That is so big.
This is it. Very big.
I have never seen a cabbage that big.
And this is what we are going to do with him because he wants me to farm and sell. I'm going to do it.
Well, I don't want to be part of it. It's her project, not my
Okay.
project.
But you've got to be my consultant.
Yeah, of
You've got
course.
to advise me.
But
Of
that's
course.
what I was saying.
This is
It's your
it.
project.
You can try. Strawberry.
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 Yeah. And sugar cane.
Oh, those are sugar
cane.
cane. Look at all this rosemary. Just got growing.
That's me. Rose, you want me out? Very nice. Very nice mattress. It's a big, big bed. Very nice.
Eat here and feel home. Open all of them so that your mother will be able to see it.
But at the same time, I also want to speak about your work at school, because you will not always be that small. One day you will be a leader in the country, or you will be doing something. Is that right? Siku moja utakuwa. That's right.
Yes.
No, it's not.
It's top.
No, it's been 14 years.
No, it's top point.
14 years. What's up? Where all the magic happened.
Yeah.
We got some Nyama Chomas happening.
She abandoned turned on her channel. I told her, you need to go back to that. Because I believe from the influence she had on the black people, number one, black girl, it's good to see what she was doing. But now, you know, when you look at her statistics, they went down a little bit. That's the honest thing.
She's lacking someone.
Because sometimes in, was it in April?
Yeah.
The video you did when you were running?
Oh, yeah.
I think I've watched it more than 4 times.
Uh-huh.
Enjoy the process or something.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Evelyn, I've also watched a lot of the other channel's videos. Do you enjoy that, or did you enjoy more what you used to do? Just do it. Just don't stop doing it. No, don't stop doing it. Just keep doing it. We love your content.
This is my real cousin.
Evelyn from the internet.
There were some difficult moments. Imagine I'm combining all the emotions of family in like one trip at one time, all at the same time, not spread out over my lifetime. You know, there were some people that I didn't expect to see the way that I saw them. Surprises, so many surprises. Sometimes surprises are not good, you know? And then there were moments of like, wow, cousins. What a concept. This is nice. I like this. Let's have more of this, please. I have a lot more cousins than who I grew up with. Grateful for the family that I do have in the United States. But you know what I'm saying? It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Speaking of cousins, I got to meet several of you, my hashtag internet cousins, in Nairobi. We had a cute little, you know, informal meetup situation, and I loved it. Y'all are beautiful, glistening, moisturized, you know, despite the political climate, you feel me? You're out here.
Hey, Instagram. I'm having a meetup. I would really like to meet you. I wish to meet you. Will you meet me? Will you meet up with me? These are my cousins. What's up? This is my other cousin. Oh, there we go. Yes, shiny and gorgeous, youthful. Yes. Yes. There we go. There we go. There we go. Yes. Hello. This is my internet cousin. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
This is my cousin. Luxury, opulence.
Yes.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh, here we are. Oh, yes. Give us everything. Where'd you go? Okay, yes. Give us everything.
And as if all the back and forth between my different family members wasn't enough, I was enticed by my internet cousin Swahili Gal here on YouTube to visit her, to fly with her. I never met her in person before. To fly with her from Nairobi to her coastal hometown of Lamu. And the experience that she gave us there, just gorgeous for no reason.
Swahili Gal and colonial government.
Exactly. Kwa vile tukitembea itakauka haraka kwa jua nje na upepo.
Private houses mkiwa na wageni wenu mnachukua hapo.
Hii hapa yenyewe ni for nini?
Decoration zao za zamani.
I even had pretty pair of shoes. Inhale and exhale down. Inhale up, halfway until you inhale, look forward. You're gonna arc your back straight and exhale, press your chest down. Then release your hands down. Walk your feet. Waking your hamstrings, press them down. Perfect. Yes. Oh my God. Breathe. Put your tailbone in. Last breath, inhale. Down. Oh my God.
We are here with Swahili Gal in beautiful Lamu with this view. We just filmed a collab. Me, Swahili Gal, Lamu. Check it out. It was wonderful being in Lamu with you. I had a wonderful time, and you all should come to Lamu, please. Bye.
See you in the internet
Somewhere. Bye. Wow. Just wow. Her aura, her vibe, her spirit, you feel me? Her ability to just connect people, make fast friends. She just collects friends. There were people on this trip to Lamu that I was like, hey, how long have you known Swahili Gal? And they were like, oh, we met her 2 days ago. She's just that type of person. So even though I was exhausted by the end of this trip, I think going to Lamu with Swahili Gal was the perfect way to round out my trip to Kenya. And then it was time to leave, you know? I had spent the last couple days with some family from my dad's side, and it was cool to just like hang out. And life was beginning to feel regular. I mean, I am a tourist, but it was starting to feel regular. And I was starting to even remember how to get back home. You know what I'm saying? And that's what vacation is. Like, the minute you feel regular, time to go back home. It was weird. It brought up a lot of feelings about what is home, who is home, where is home, what is home, but it was time to go. They took me to the airport, and some internet cousins recognized me in the cafe of the airport, and my uncle was like, ah, are you waddled wide? Waddled wide. He didn't say it like that, but waddled. You know, I cried going up the escalator, and it's rude at the airport. People can't go in. Like, you know how usually anybody can walk into an airport, it's past security where you need a ticket. No one can get inside the airport if you don't have a ticket. And so I walk in by myself, and I'm just like looking at them through like the opaque window. It's not even a clear window, and I'm just like, I'm crying, and it's like, oh God, who am I? Why am I leaving them? What is here for me? What is there for me? So, you know, I cried going up the escalator. I cried at the gate. You know, I cried when they had to swipe me down for bomb residue. I always get searched, so it was tough. It was rough. Ohana means familiar. And familiar means nobody is left behind. That's it, you know? I got pages, though. I got pages and pages of journaling that I got done on the plane ride back. Just trying to process, you know? Just trying to understand. Just trying to process what happened, you know? And I realized that 2011 Evelyn wouldn't have appreciated this trip as much as I did. 2015 Evelyn was not in an emotional headspace to go on this trip, but 2017, 2018 Evelyn, she ready. She was good. She was ready to go. Ready to go. She needed this. And even if your family is all in the same country or even in the same state, it is a big deal as an adult to decide to continue fostering relationships with people. It's work. And while it's very easy for me to kind of fall into the deep dark hole of, oh God, I've lost so much time, so many people are gone, what am I gonna do? Vanity of vanities, we're all gonna die. I just have to work on being grateful for what I have now and who I have now, and work and decide to work to continue to foster those relationships going forward. You just gotta reach out and touch, okay? And connect if they'll have me. So in the comments below, let me know if you have any questions about traveling to Kenya. I'll try and answer them. And also in the comments below, share your own stories of what visiting your family is like. We grown-ups now, you know what I'm saying? So we have decisions to make about who we want and don't want in our lives. Isn't that crazy? I'm glad I was finally able to get these vlogs out because, fingers crossed, I'll be going back to the motherland sooner rather than later. In the meantime, and in between time, I will see you on the internet somewhere. Bye! Hey.